children of the night. What music they make.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's up?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash you a bit.
Hey, welcome to Final Guys, where tonight we are going to talk about a movie that involves two sisters who have to survive the night and escape a beautiful, rich location, battling satanic. Wait, this is
Wealthy.
Ready or Not 2? Oh no, this is They Will Kill You. By the way, I'm sure that the producers of this film, when they saw when it came out on the calendar, looked at whoever scheduled and said, "I will kill you." It's unbelievable. Anyway, looking forward to hearing about this movie that made two people walk out of the theater on me.
Really?
Not because of me. Two grown men who could not handle what they were seeing within the first 20 minutes.
Like it was too gross for them, or it was too silly for them?
I don't know. You know what? They probably went and found a safe space somewhere in the mall and colored. Who knows what they did. So anyway, as always, I am joined by my compadres, Jason, They Will Kill Bill Brandt.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, before we get to the five-finger death punch, Sweetie Gamer. The word of the day is pacing. It is very important. I agree.
I was talking to her about a movie I will be reviewing later, and neither one of us were super happy with the pacing.
Is it 11 minutes?
No.
Is there
I wish.
A third the trilogy.
I wish. Thank you, sweetie. Can't wait to meet you at the live event.
Yay. And we also have a Jack Graham Cracker Campese.
How's it going?
By the way, crushed Jackie up, and he is great on a cheesecake. That's the base of a cheesecake.
It's Heather Graham crackers in this case, my friend.
By the way, did not know that was Heather Graham until the ending credits.
What?
Nope.
Really?
I looked at her. I said, "Hey, that girl looks a little like Heather Graham, but she's probably like, her daughter or something." Didn't think it was Heather. So that was kind of funny.
Heather Graham is a vampire, man. She's not aging.
I'm not used to seeing her without her top off, so I was very confused. I usually need to see the knobs.
Fair enough.
Roller
That's a fair
girl.
point.
Yeah. And I am Bellboy Baggins, and we're going to go take a trip to a hotel. But before we do, is there anything going on in your pathetic, miserable lives that you want the world to know about?
The SBEIG live event, I still haven't mentioned it in an episode yet, but I have posted it on my YouTube channel. I just put a link in the chat here. If anybody wants to go, once I announce it on a couple episodes, it'll probably sell out. We've already sold over half the tickets, and we haven't made the big announcement yet. So if you want to come hang with us and meet Ted Pryor and watch Deadly Prey, get your tickets now.
Can I meet Richard Pryor?
You could try.
Actually,
You have a
I
shovel.
never know. I could pass away. I'll see him tonight. That's awesome. That's May 9th. Correctamundo.
May the 9th, baby.
Nice. 2 days after my birthday. You all can feel free to send me stuff. So you know. How about you, Jack? What's going on with you and I? Other than our continuing love affair.
Same old.
By the way, that made me so depressed last week when you did that, and I pulled out my Bigfoot collar, and it was just dead. And it was one of those ones you can't even replace the battery. It was just
Speaking of last week, give me a second.
Yeah,
because you mentioned last week the total eclipse of the heart
yes
scene, and I was giving you shit that nobody had seen that movie. But you're right, like it's famous for that scene. But somebody posted on social media, oh, here, I found it. It's been used in Strangers Pray at Night, Ready or Not, Here I Come. Dead Snow 2 had it.
Oh, God.
Fall of the House of Usher, the Flanagan show, also had it. And the first one that used it, Urban Legend.
Oh God. So here's the deal. Other people can use it, but once somebody uses it to perfection, retire it. It's like retiring a number in baseball. Put the number up there in the rafters and that's it. So, and if you all haven't seen The Strangers, is it Pray at Night? Strangers 2, whatever. Not the new 2, though.
Right.
Oh God.
Really good.
That is a good one. Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been used as much as Back in Black, which every time I hear that in like a trailer or something, I'm like, God, it's one of my favorite songs ever, but come on, guys.
That, oh my God, Spirit in the Sky, that's been used in probably 1,000 things.
Season of the Witch.
Bad to the Bone. The 80s, that was in everything. So, yeah, sometimes just got to say no. All right, speaking of no, I'm going to go with yes. Sheridan Bradford, wherever he's located, always comes up with drinking words. What are they?
That's right. Straight from Sheridan Bradford's bunker and God knows where. He says to take a drink. If Jack says, is it Draco or Draco? Draco. Gore or Arquette. If Hunter says eyeball, Irish, or Graham. If I say kill, girl, or theater. Or if any of us say the bonus words, immortal, Zazie, or axe.
By the way, I feel so old. Zazie Beetz has a great name. I thought it was a pair of headphones. What is she famous for?
She was in Deadpool and she was in Joker.
Oh, all right. Because
but the first time I thought it was headphones too, and then I'm like, oh, it's that actress.
Yo, man, I got Zazie Beetz right here.
Did she pick that name, or did her parents do that to her?
I'm sure that's not on her
stage name. I don't know.
Yeah,
this feels like a job for the chat room.
Yeah, there we go.
Pro wrestling handle.
I feel like this feels like a Toten thing.
I thought she was a singer or something with a name like that. That's where I felt like really.
I thought she was too.
I think she might be, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, who knows? I could ask my kids upstairs. It's her real name, according to Asmodeus. So,
wow,
that's kind of cool.
Well,
Dustin Shepard, 1179, coming in so hot,
making
our
it rain.
Are burned. You want to talk about some real horror? I have to go back to work tomorrow after a 2.5-week vacation. That is. I'll be raiding the Final Guys archives to get me through the day. So here's some money. Oh, thank you so much.
I suggest you go back and listen to our episode about the Shining miniseries with Tim Meyer.
Poor Tim.
That is one of the best episodes ever.
That is a great episode.
If you want to know why Tim is no longer on the show, go listen to that.
Planted the seed. Never coming back.
God bless him, though. He just picked that hill and he was like, bring it on.
Yeah.
He took us on like we're all Mr. Anderson from The Matrix, and he was just throwing us around. And we just kept coming.
2.5 week vacation, you lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Are you like me? Because I used to take sometimes 2-week vacations and go to Maine, and I would play the lottery like a madman every day I was there, just hoping I wouldn't have to go back to work.
Definitely a good use of your money. Good call.
Oh, it was great. All right. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. So I want you to put on your news hats and get ready for Jack Campese's.
I can't reach mine.
Oh, no hat tonight. Well, anyway, let's get to the news.
It's the news. Yay. All right.
You got to put the card, like the press card, in there.
I know. I got to get my Scoop Brady. Wow. I look so much less cool than like Indiana Jones or Freddy Krueger.
Well, you're 40 years older than he was in the first movie. So, but still 40 years younger than he was in the last one.
That's true.
Okay. Before we get started on the news, got a question for you because Easter's coming up, right?
Yep.
Where do you guys stand on black jelly beans?
Ugh, poison.
I could do without jelly beans altogether.
I agree on that too.
I love jelly beans and I love black jelly beans.
See, Jack is a candy corn fanatic, and jelly bean is just the spring version of a candy corn.
But the black jelly bean is a very opposing flavor.
I mean, once you go black jelly bean, do you go back to the other one?
Nope.
It was a very Lutsky move there. You're about to give the news, so you start eating.
I want to go my black tongue.
Now we need your phone to ring and your kid to be screaming downstairs in the basement at a video game.
Microphone not to work.
Okay, now the black tongue news.
Yeah.
Very encouraging news coming from Diablo Cody. She says that she has been unleashed to write Jennifer's Bodies 2, and she's working on it. And Amanda Seyfried said she's in, but she'll only do it if Megan Fox is on board too.
Ooh. And Megan Fox looks younger than she did in the original, so this should be interesting.
All right.
I'm in.
Sure.
As long as they do a good job, because that movie is great as a standalone. And
yeah.
Was that much of a hit? I mean, I'm guessing not if they waited 17 years.
It wasn't
to
that
start
big.
writing.
No, it became it got a cult following afterwards.
Yeah, it looks like it about broke even at the box office. So, all right.
It's a cult classic.
Man, we're really stretching it thin trying to get sequels out when we're going down to Jennifer's Body.
Oh, wait till we get Wild Things too. And
They
can
already
play
make
together.
a Wild Things too?
Oh, they might have actually.
They must have, with none of the original people on it.
Didn't I watch it? Wasn't it like Eastern Europe? Or no, that was 8mm too. Never mind.
I watched 8mm too. Dear God.
That exists.
See, but if you bring back Wild Things, you got to bring back Nev Campbell
Denise
and
Richards?
Denise Richards. Yeah. So you could have like a lesbian summer when we do put both movies out.
Is there anything more like the 800-pound gorilla in the room, the thing that everybody's just like not talking about in the movie that's so painfully obvious is the Nev Campbell no nudity clause.
Oh yeah. And Wild Things, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. Denise Richards, her contract was I will make up for any nudity anyone else will not do.
You need to put it. You need to put the link to my OnlyFans and a QR code in the screen.
Like Kevin Bacon was like, I'm good for some full frontal while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show off the schwang. By the way, if they do Jennifer's Body 2, would they possibly consider Sydney Sweeney in a dual role? Where she plays both?
She could play what was Amanda Seyfried's character? Was it Needy?
Yeah, don't remember.
I don't remember, dude. I saw
But
that
they were
movie
just in
once.
that movie together. They could play sisters in this one.
Oh, The Housemaid. You're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and check this movie out again. I didn't love it the first time I saw it. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I need to revisit.
It's good. It's teenagery.
It's good. It grows on you. Like the more you watch it, like I saw that movie because it was on cable a lot. I just run into it and then watch it and like, oh wait, Chris Pratt's in this movie. Oh, J.K. Simmons is in the movie. Like the further you got down the road, you started to recognize people who weren't famous when you first.
By the way, there are 4 Wild Things movies.
Oh my God.
I smell a marathon.
Good golly.
Are there more Wild Things or Bring It On movies?
Oh, that's a good question. By the way, Bring It On is my number one no fucking guilty pleasure.
Me too.
Love that movie.
Those aren't spirit fingers.
Go Toros.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's amazing. Like it works on every level and it shouldn't work at all. But it does.
An additional sequel news. A movie that was surprisingly good. I thought was gonna suck. And I was like, what? That was actually pretty good. Lights Out 2. Coming. That was from 2016. 10 years.
I saw that at the Ridge Hill Theater in the morning when it came out.
Wow.
And I was the only one in the theater. Pre-final, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no desire to see that whatsoever.
Well, you got to admit, that was a better movie than you thought it was going to be.
I mean, it was made by a YouTuber, so it was one of those that was like, hey, that turned out better than expected.
I like the short a lot better.
You definitely don't need a sequel to this. And it's been, 10 years? Teresa Palmer's really good in that movie.
He has gone on to direct, we did Lights Out. I'm trying to think of his feature-length movies. He did Shazam.
The first Shazam's pretty good.
Yeah. Second, no.
Oh,
Didn't bother.
they should have Peter Wolf do the music to it. Lights Out. Uh-huh. Blast, blast, blast.
He did Until Dawn, which looked cool, but was dumb.
I saw Shazam 2 at the drive-in with Magic Mike 2.
Oh, my God. That's
So
a long night.
we endured Shazam 2 and Magic Mike. I knew there was a Salma Hayek pseudo dance sex scene, and then once that was over, I looked at my wife and said, "Can we go?" She's like, "Yes, please, let's get out of here."
Wow.
Yeah, Shazam 2 is painful.
It is. I guess it's good if you're 6.
The thing is, though, Shazam 1 was such a pleasant surprise. You're like, wait, I thought this was going to be terrible.
Yeah,
I
always hated Shazam.
And then the second one makes the first one worse.
It does. Guilt by association.
It's like Joker and Joker 2. Not that bad, but. Okay. We're going to wind down the news, but this is very interesting. Coming December 22nd, 2027. Murder, She Wrote, the movie, starring Jamie Lee Curtis in the Angela Lansbury role.
By the way, she's probably 10 years older than Angela Lansbury.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wow. So they brought back Matlock and they brought back Murder, She Wrote. Holy shit.
But you know what? As a movie, it's kind of brilliant.
They made Matlock Kathy Bates, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why couldn't they make Angela Lansbury like Ving Rhames?
Get on board with that casting.
Wow.
It's him pretending to type at the beginning of each one.
And he's just basically playing Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction. That's pride fucking with you.
Yeah, we cool, Butch.
Wow, I cannot believe that's a thing, but all right.
All right. Dude, there's no IP they will not mind at this point. None.
No.
None.
The problem is that this is geared towards boomers who were too afraid to go out to a movie theater unless they catch an infection.
I think it's a good idea for somebody who's got the rights to this thing. They'll throw this and it'll be on Hulu. It'll,
this is custom made for Me TV. You know how they play all that old stuff? That'd be perfect.
But all these things, they hit the theater a couple weeks later. They're on streaming. Everybody's looking for what's the new release this year. It's something you can watch with your mom.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? It's got name recognition. If you're an executive, this is a no-brainer. And Jamie Lee Curtis is gold, baby.
So Father Dowling Mysteries not far behind.
Now, I like what they did with Poker Face, where who's the girl who was in
Natasha Lyonne.
Natasha. You watch that and you're like, oh, they should have made her Columbo. But then you're like, I'm glad she was like Columbo, but she wasn't Columbo. They did something different.
Supposedly the third season is going to be without her.
Yeah, well, if there is a third season.
Yeah, to hell with that. Don't even try.
Yeah, let it go.
Wow.
There's too much time between these seasons anyway, so nobody cares.
I know. It's so hard. They're like, oh, I made 10 episodes. I'm exhausted. They made 29 episodes of The Jeffersons every year. Come on.
For as little as they pay writers, when a first season is about to come out, when they're making it, why aren't they paying them to write the second season so that if it hits, you're ready to go?
Yeah.
Like, and if it doesn't hit, okay, you lost some money writing it, but
You take those scripts and you change the names and you turn it into something else.
yeah, like it's.
Mhm.
I'm constantly amazed at how poorly run the industry is. Like
Yeah.
bringing Murder She Wrote back, I'm making fun of it for being yet another remake, but like, if I was in charge of a studio, I would make mysteries for women, chick flicks, and horror films, and that's pretty much it. And you would make so much goddamn money, it would
You're
be
right.
crazy. And they just cannot get out of their own way.
Oh, they're idiots. They really are.
It's so mind-boggling.
There's no Mavericks left. There's no big swinging dicks anymore. It's just a bunch of geeks and accountants and people whose favorite word is metrics. They jerk off to the word metrics. And they just don't know what they're doing.
What a
It's
great way to
always in
describe
metrics.
Hollywood. Bunch of guys jerking off to metrics.
No, metrics. ASMR metrics.
All right, that's all the news that's fit the print.
All right.
Changing my hat back.
I don't know if that was really fit to print. All right, let's get on to the curation, ladies and gentlemen.
We have such sights to show you.
By the way, Jason, your studio, Tina pointed out, should also do a lot of true crime. Because
Oh yeah. If I had a TV division, oh yeah.
yeah. Good.
Honestly, who bought all this stuff? FilmRise went back and they bought like all this old TV, like they bought Unsolved Mysteries and just all that
Yeah.
old shit, and it just streams on YouTube 24/7. They're probably printing money.
Yeah.
People love that shit.
I mean, look, I spent $100 to subscribe to MeTV for a year because I want to watch Svengoolie and Golden Girls and
MeTV's awesome.
Lost in Space.
I watch SWAT.
Yeah, all this cool stuff. Mannix. All right, Jason, hit us with your best shot. Give me the
Fresh.
best of the shoot.
Fresh to Shutter. Fresh to Shutter is The Mortuary Assistant, a movie about not so fresh bodies that are being poked and prodded and embalmed and other weird shit they do to these bodies. It's the classic tale of an assistant in a mortuary who is a former drug addict who is somehow possessed by a demon in one of the bodies or around one of the bodies or something. And then she's left there by the mortician who knows how to beat the demons, but won't just tell her. But then when he leaves, she can't tell if when he's calling in to help, if it's someone else or not. So she gets a phone call from him and he's like, "You need to cut your wrist over one of the bodies." She's like, "Okay." And just cuts her wrist. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
And she continues to battle demons and get choked and assaulted a lot by the legendary John Adams himself of the Addams Family. He's in this
No
movie.
way. He's in a
Had no idea.
non-Addams Family movie.
It is a non-Addams Family movie, and he is probably in the movie the third most, I would say. That sounds about right. Maybe even the second. So that was cool to see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, he shows up and, screws with her. This movie is really, really, really horribly rated. What's it at on IMDb now? 3.9 out of 10.
Ooh, high up there.
Based on an extremely popular video game that the Sweetie Gamer has been trying to get me to play forever. I need to get to that. Boy, I've never played the game. I saw a little bit of her playing it one night. It looks cool, but wow.
Has the movie soured you on the idea of playing the game?
No, actually, it kind of makes me want to play it more to see, like, how did we get here? Like, if enough people loved this, I think it's an indie game too. If enough people bought it and loved it, that they actually put the budget together to make a movie, it must be freaking good. This movie is not, though. Some cool practical effects. Like, they're messing with the bodies a lot, particularly at the beginning. And it is convincing looking. They really nailed that stuff. Couple cool creature effects things. But this is a weird one where it feels like the pacing sucks, but something is happening to this woman every couple minutes. But I think that's why it feels bad, because it's like no scene breathes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it never lets the story develop or
Then
the
it
way
becomes
she's.
dull.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt boring, even though shit was happening a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The Mortician gives one of the strangest performances I've ever seen, where he looks like the freaking Tesla robot walking around delivering his lines. He has a hilarious moment where he appears later where I actually laughed out loud. And then the wrist cutting scene, I was like, okay, that's where we are in this movie.
Wow.
It's one of those that it could have been cool, but it doesn't work. It's not as like I've seen some reviews where people are like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, it's nowhere near that. Nowhere near that bad. But I probably wouldn't recommend it to you guys. I think you'd be upset if I told you.
It's no Autopsy of Jane Doe.
No, that is the gold standard of these movies, right?
Yeah.
That is a great film.
This movie was in theaters briefly, and I thought about going, but I watched a couple of reviews, and it was getting like pretty sour. So I was like, well, I'm not going to go waste time because it was never at a good time anyway.
Did it make money? I wonder, because I'm sure they put it in the theaters because the game was so popular. They thought we can make something back on this. It made 400.
I think it was in the theaters.
I remember that. It came out in theaters in February. So, but it's on Shudder now. So if you want to watch it, it's there. But
No.
it's not great.
Nope. But thank you, because if I saw the thumbnail, I might be like, oh, that looks good. So you just saved me an hour and a half of my life. Thank you.
You're very welcome. No nudity too. You got dead bodies sitting there. Come on. Although that probably means in our current year, 2026, I should have gotten dong, and I did not. So
I was going to say, you can't even get a blue dong poking out of a bird's nest of pubic hair. Come on.
I'm going to take that win. Now, I probably missed it. I probably looked away and missed a dong, but I didn't see one. So,
well, go watch it again. Put on your dong glasses and see if you can find one.
Blue dong. What is this? The Watchmen?
Well, it's the Mortuary. Come on.
Dr. Manhattan's one of the.
You think your penis is going to look all pink and angry? No.
Pink and angry.
It's your sad trombone.
There's somebody who writes erotica on the side.
I'm so tempted. All right, Jack.
Well, our main feature I saw as one of the AMC Scream Unseen previews, and they usually have those like every couple of months. They had another one this week, and I think they got another one next week.
Oh, wow.
So I went this week hoping I might get Faces of Death or the shark movie with the Two-Face guy in it that Rennie Harlan did that's coming out soon. But instead I got this movie which I've heard of, but I didn't know much about, called Hunting Matthew Nichols. And this is coming out, I think like in April, April 10th.
Right around the corner.
It's kind of a fake documentary, like Shelby Oaks is very similar in what's going on in it, and Strange Harvest. But it also has sort of a found footage thing where sometimes you're watching the documentary and then sometimes you're watching found footagey stuff. And this is about a kid who him and his buddy, they live in like Vancouver, and they disappeared in the woods like 20 years ago. And it's 20 years later, and his sister is still searching for him and going through the evidence and stuff and making a documentary.
That guy looked like Dave Tango from Ghost Hunters.
He does. And so what you have is a found footage mockumentary thing. And not only does it feel very Blair Witchy, but they mention the Blair Witch Project in it, which is probably good, because if they didn't, you'd be like, my God, this is so much like the Blair Witch Project.
They acknowledge who they're stealing from.
Most of this movie, I'd say, the first two acts of two and a half of the movie is them talking. It's the mockumentary. It's investigating. It's the lore. And if you're a found footage fan, I think you'll have a higher tolerance for this kind of thing or enjoy it more. If you brought like a normie with you, they'd probably be like, is anything going to happen in this movie?
Why are we watching this?
Now, I am like a Navy SEAL trained for what's going to happen. I'm like, okay, when are they going to pull their gags? How are they going to end this baby? Because there's some stuff they do, and there's like some evidence that they're looking at that you don't see, but you see them reacting to it. Kind of a 2 girls, 1 cup thing. You're watching somebody watch.
Remember back when that was shocking?
Remember when you and I watched that in the office?
It was safe for work that day.
We went in a corner with our backs to the wall and the screen in front of us. We could see people coming if they came. And then we're like, the closer, we're like, we'll never speak of this ever again.
And then we went out for fudge.
Little soft serve.
In the finale of the movie, it kind of gets to the crazy stuff. I think there's going to be a crowd that enjoys this. If you're a found footage kind of person that watches these kinds of shows, you'll want to check it out. But also, though, if you're a seasoned vet of this stuff, I don't really think it's bringing much new to the table. So I feel like this probably is not I don't know why they're doing a theatrical on this. This would have been a good one to put on Shudder or to put out in, VOD for $3-4 and rent one night.
Right.
And, good acting. There's some interesting stuff, but there's some stuff like when they're watching this like evidence video and you don't see it, you can hear it. That you're like, what the hell is going on? That is pretty good. You kind of get. I don't want to give away too much, but I wish I got a little bit more from that than I did. So I just walked out there like, okay.
Yeah.
So between this, Shelby Oaks, and Strange Harvest, we now have 3 of these in 6 months in the theater.
And I would rank them as I like Strange Harvest the best, then Shelby Oaks, then this. I think this will piss people off less than Shelby Oaks because that movie seemed to had some stuff that people really hated in it.
And
but
him.
This is not as ridiculous. This has less overtly, I don't know, supernatural things till sort of later. Most of this movie is like them investigating and talking and interviewing people. So it doesn't get it. Shelby Oaks goes down a lot of interesting, controversial lanes. I enjoy Shelby Oaks more than this, but I'm not saying that Shelby Oaks was any sort of masterpiece. But
how dare you, sir?
Interesting that these movies are getting so popular all of a sudden. I wonder what happened.
I don't know how popular this is.
Cheap to make.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
This was made like 2 years ago and it's just seeing the light of day too. So,
but got a theatrical. Maybe because of Strange Harvest and Shelby Oaks. Maybe they were like,
maybe, but they've been sitting on it for a long time. So,
even if you pull in $1 million, you're like, all right.
Shit, you make 500,000. You know, for a movie that only cost you. Yeah,
right.
You just made more money than Rob Zombie's ever made.
As long as they don't pick like the weekend that Project Hail Mary is coming out.
Oh God. Yeah.
Jesus.
Should have cleared the deck that day. Which I've yet to see.
It's really, really good.
When I watched that movie Abby, that blaxploitation Exorcist ripoff, immediately got me in the exploitation mood. I love exploitation movies in the 70s. So I was like, well, let's just tool around, see what we found. I found a movie called She-Devils on Wheels. Now, I will tell you, this is not a horror movie. But there is a tendril connecting it to horror because it's directed by Herschel Gordon Lewis, the godfather of gore.
Oh, interesting.
And just like I think all of his horror movies are just terribly made, like Ed Wood level, he did not disappoint with his biker exploitation movie, She-Devils on Wheels. which the title is the best part of it. It concerns a female biker gang with actual female bikers. And you might say, well, are you sure they weren't actors? And then you watch the movie and you go, oh, right, they're not actors.
You got to pay actors.
It's literally like just watching like days in their lives of just hanging out and, initiating a new girl into the group and then fighting a gang of guys. God almighty. I think Herschel just said, well, where's the script? And he just said, fuck it, say anything you want. Make sure you talk over each other as much as possible. It doesn't matter because the microphone is buried somewhere under the dirt.
The people are coming to this for the title of the movie and nothing else.
This is obviously like B movie on a drive-in screen. Obviously. The film, I'm sure it was shot on used film that had been used to film 6 other B movies. It looks terrible. It's undecipherable at moments. But there's an odd charm to this stupid movie where I could not look away or go to sleep. Tried to will myself to sleep. I couldn't. My favorite part in this whole movie, well, there were 2 things. They gather in their biker house and they select the biker guys stand there and they select who's going to bang who. And it's a whole long, drawn out, no thought beforehand process. And then the biker gang comes across a bunch of dudes who are a gang, but they got cars and their cars blocked where they wanted to go. And these women, and they're evenly matched in numbers, proceed to kick the living tar out of these tough dudes.
Of course.
Oh my God. It was so funny because you're watching them like kick and the foot's coming within like 2 feet of the guy's body. Like nobody showed them how to fake fight. Just fake fight and roll around a little bit and maybe a titty pops out. But no, didn't even get that. There was no nudity in this movie, even though there were opportunities for it. You didn't get any.
Seems like a movie that should have that.
Yeah. There were several moments. I'm like, all right, we've all picked who we're going to bang. Here we go. No, you just see like the large Marge one just wrestling with 2 guys and then another guy fall asleep on a girl. You're like, what's going on here? So anyway, when it was done, I felt like I'd done a lot of drugs. I definitely felt contact high from this movie. And oddly enough, I enjoyed every terrible, awful, non-professional moment of this movie.
All right.
Pacing is terrible. Acting is terrible. Story is non-existent. But it just gave me that fix for I felt like I was sitting in a theater in Times Square seeing a movie I shouldn't be seeing at a young age before I went to go touch a rock titty.
You don't have to explain the concept of enjoying a bad movie to us two.
By the way, Sarah Cogliano says she saw Werewolves on Wheels. I love that movie. That movie's great.
Did that on So Bad It's Good.
This movie, I guess it's in the same genus and species, but not it.
Said like a true cryptid guy.
If you like Herschel Gordon Lewis and you want to see everything he's ever done before he became an advertiser and copywriter, this is it.
That period when the studio system failed and they were just making crazy shit in the 70s like Werewolves on Wheels, and it's like, okay, the studio system failed, but did everybody who knows how to make a movie just stop working? Because like they did wild, cool ideas, but the pacing in all of them is so bad.
Oh, yeah. But
It's
I mean,
just
then you got a lot
crazy.
of good movies. The 70s to me is the best period of movie making ever. Because you get some of the best movies of all time. You're getting Godfather and Apocalypse Now and Dog Day Afternoon and Mean Streets and all that stuff. But then you're getting like exploitation dog shit that's just
So
delectable.
crazy.
I love it.
It was meant to be seen one weekend at a drive-in, and that was it.
Yeah. Only thing missing from this movie, it should have been shot in the Philippines.
There you go. Yeah.
Only thing missing. But it's on Tubi, so if you want to see She devils on wheels and promise that you'll punch me next time you see me. Go for it.
Netflix announced another price hike, and Tubi tweeted something basically like here's our price hike, still free, always free.
Yeah,
Nice.
just more and more commercials.
Freaking Netflix, man. If they stopped making $250 million movies, maybe they wouldn't have to raise the price.
Yeah.
God.
Just look at the Godzilla minus 0 people, whatever. Look what they did for that budget. Do that.
Yep. Okay, done
Idiots.
ranting.
Yeah.
Time to talk about something I am quite enjoying because it is scaring the ever-living shit out of Dave. I bought this game a long time ago, and I just needed to relax the other night. So I said, all right, I've heard this is a really scary game, so let's fire it up. This is called the Outlast Trials, where you are, I don't know if you're homeless or looking for a job. You go into this for this trial or study or something, and they drill into your head. There's dead bodies everywhere. They attach night vision goggles to your face and put you through like these crazy training things where you have to like, I don't know, go into like a set of a police station and get out a witness or not a witness. What is it? A snitch who's been horribly tortured. There are dead bodies everywhere. Torture is crazy. I've never played a game this gory in my life.
Wow.
This violent in my life. Tons of jump scares. Dave was screaming into his mic so much his microphone stopped working. Not an exaggeration. Just stopped working for a while. I was like, did he disconnect? No.
That's amazing.
And then other times he just stops talking because he's so goddamn scared. He just won't speak. If you've got people to play a game with, this is awesome. I had played the first two. They were not multiplayer games. They were single player, and they were the scariest games I'd ever played. This one isn't as scary because you're playing with other people, but it is messed up. I mean, sexual mutilation on corpses. It's just wild stuff. You have to find keys to open doors, and in the normal game, you like open a box or something. In this, you have to dig inside a dead body in their intestines and find a key. It's wild.
Gross.
Wild. Oh, and by the way, you can't fight back. So there's these guys trying to kill you, and you have no weapons. So you're just running and trying to survive while solving puzzles.
So David's screaming like a girl like he would in that situation for real.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can hide from people in like lockers and shit. And there are times where I'm like, where the hell is Dave? He's just been hiding in a locker.
Does he realize it's a game?
Dude, he gets so scared at games. It's amazing.
That's so funny. Oh, Josh Barrio! You should start streaming your gameplay, Mr. Brandt.
We've talked about this a lot. We're not going to stream live because we are very, 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 very un-PC when we play these games. And it would ruin our lives and we would get banned off every platform. But we have talked about recording it and maybe having Dave edit videos together and posting them afterwards of some of our exploits because it's pretty funny. And we brutally betray each other in these games. So we were running, it's at the end of the game and we're running to the exit and this guy's chasing us and I'm in the back. Dave gets through a door before me and just closes it behind him so I can't come in with the guy right there. We do that shit constantly. So it would be pretty funny for people, I think.
By the way, if you edit out the bad stuff, enjoy that 1.5-minute video.
Right, yeah. Exactly. I'll have to do AI voice dubbing or something. But that is the Outlast Trials. It is currently on sale on Steam. 70% off right now. You can get it for $12.
Wow.
Totally worth it. Fun as hell.
Shit, that sounds really cool.
That's great.
Splendid.
All right, Jack. When you and I aren't playing Dig Dug, what are you doing?
I also went to Shudder and watched one of their new movies called The Last Video Store. And this is about a young girl who goes into it's got to be one of the last video stores standing. It's like a little mom and pop place with this weird guy who runs it. And she's returning like her dad's videos that are like overdue or whatever. But she's got one that looks like the Necronomicon, but a videotape.
Oh,
it's like it's like the VH Nomicron or something like that. Basically, they put it in and then like it awakens a curse, and then characters from these different like 80s movies come out and they're all interacting with them. And it's a very trippy visual treat with a lot of humor and a huge love letter to the 80s mom and pop horror movie experience.
Mm-mm.
It's a fun little movie that you don't really need to critique it much. You just put it on and enjoy it. It's in the exact right place. It's a Shudder movie. It's there. You want to watch something, pop it on, enjoy it. Don't think too much. Like I said, cool visuals. And if you have any affection for the video store era, you'll get a kick out of it.
I'm gonna watch it just for the nostalgia feel.
Yeah, this sounds great.
It's not the greatest movie ever. It's not terrible. Yeah. It's just a fun little tip of the cap, perfect for Shudder kind of movie. Definitely check it out.
To me, just seeing like a video store in a movie makes me happy. Just like seeing a drive-in, even though I go to drive-ins, it's not like they don't exist anymore. Seeing an old drive-in makes me happy.
And the thing is, it's the mom and pop. Now in like retrospect, as people look back at that era and they represent it in movies and stuff, it's usually like a blockbuster kind of experience that you'll see the characters in. But really, you had those which weren't as fun as the independent ones, because that's where you found all the good movies.
The weird
the
shit.
Porn.
Yeah.
Don't forget the porn behind those saloon doors or the beads.
These bleeds, those bleeds.
Yeah, those are the good old days. I worked at a pizza shop that was owned and connected. It was owned by people who owned the VHS store, the rental store beside it, and it was connected to it. So I got free movies every day.
Oh, nice.
And oh man, the weird horror shit I found in there. Oh, so good.
And there's a great generational thing in this movie where it's a little black girl. So again, she is like the exact opposite demographic from somebody who was going to video stores in the 80s.
Right.
You know, like, so this guy is trying to explain like rewinding to her. Like, oh, there's a rewinding fee. And she's like, what?
I'm gonna watch this for sure. It's on Shudder, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, check it out.
Nice. Hour and 19 minutes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like
perfection.
It does its job.
All right. Well, I got a suggestion from one of our listeners, Dennis Logan, who often, Jason, emails me and Aaron for suggestions. Just so you know, it's the oddest distro list of all time.
All right.
But he suggested a movie called The Block Island Sound.
I've seen that.
I think you'll like that movie. It's low budget for sure, but it's about a family of fishermen on this fishing village on Block Island. And there's weird sounds on the water and weird things happening on the water. And it centers around really this one family where this adult guy is living with his dad. And his dad is just getting weirder and weirder until one day he disappears. And then they find his body washed ashore. That's the guy right there. Neville.
It's the guy from 13 Cameras, isn't it?
It's not. I thought it was. It's
It is.
similar looking.
That's him.
Wait, is that him?
That's him.
Oh, all right. Well, then that makes sense. By the way, he passed away. So he's no longer with us.
I did know that. Oh, Jim
Cummings
Cummings as well. Wow.
So in the beginning of this movie, there's two dudes in a bar, and one guy is talking all conspiracy theories and all kinds of crazy paranormal stuff. And the main character, the guy, he's just like, he's the non-believer. And they hitch a ride together and like going, oh my God, somebody finally did a movie where they show me and Jack on the road talking. This movie feels and looks like an X-Files episode, an hour-and-a-half X-Files episode without federal agents coming in. all the performances were really pretty solid. My only complaint, pacing, it took a very long time to get to any sort of action or answer. Most of it's a lot of family drama stuff, like past family stuff and present family stuff. And I really don't give a crap about this. First of all, there's not much of sound going on. There's weird shit going on.
Is it sound or is it like the sound, like the Long Island sound?
Well, there's a sound. So a couple of times there's a sound that goes along with it. So I don't know.
Because when I watched it, I thought they were talking about the water.
I thought so too, but then there was a weird sound in the beginning and then later on. So I don't freaking know.
I saw this movie like when it came out, so I don't remember much at all. I remember dead fish.
There's a lot of dead fish. There's a lot. Like I said, it's a creepy, strange. It's X-Files. If Mulder and Scully popped up in that island, and you'd be like, "Oh, this is perfect." It actually would make a better movie than the second X-Files movie. So yeah, thanks, dude. You were right. I did like the Block Island sound.
Sounds cool.
It is. I mean, don't watch it if you're tired. Just
Good.
because it takes a while to get to where you got to go.
All right.
But I actually liked the ending because for a while I thought, well, they're gonna just shit the bed with this. I can guarantee you. I would have bet the farm on it. And they really didn't. So
Solid.
God,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about this movie.
check it out before the X-Files reboot comes along, which is whenever they announced I think they announced the cast for that recently.
Gillian Anderson says she read it and it's good.
Well, who
How
knows?
much money did they put in her palm?
Exactly. I read this and it's very good. By the way, I'm the queen now.
That accent is so jarring when you hear her speak now. You're like, what?
Like, aren't you from like Minnesota or something?
When'd you become Julia Child?
We're gonna roast a turkey. And by the way, did you know that her sons are named Oscar and Felix?
That's awesome.
Wow.
I love that girl. I really
Amazing.
do. I think she's crazy. I think part of her is just out to lunch, and I think it's a wonderful thing. All right. Anybody have anything else?
Tapped.
All right. Let's get into They Will Kill You.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
By the way, I described this movie in the very beginning of this episode. It's like I said, two sisters survive the night, get out of a fancy hotel run by rich people who are also devil worshippers. Sounds familiar.
Wow. Wow. 2 weeks in a row.
I would have pushed this one out. I'd be like, oh, whoa. Put it out in October.
Yep.
Give people time to forget.
Or put Ready or Not 2 out in October.
Think about me. I saw Ready or Not 2, then I saw a sneak preview of this like 2 days later.
You must have been like,
So there was like no buffer. I'm just like, am I just watching the extended edition?
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's what the movie's about. It's in theaters right now. I really cannot pin what you guys would think of this movie. So
I was very curious to talk to you guys about this as well.
yeah.
Mostly because I didn't know what I thought of this movie while I was watching it. I'd watch a scene, I'm like, damn, that was really cool. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, this is really overdone, and I don't like it. Oh, there's an eye flopping around. That's sweet. Oh, she's flying through the air on wires. Jesus. Like, I don't need, I liked it. I didn't love it. It's this to say there's a minimal story here is interesting because this is clearly inspired by Quentin Tarantino. Clearly inspired by Kill Bill. But there's a lot of story in Kill Bill. Like, even though it's just her, like, a lot of it's massacring people, there's so much dialogue and exposition and character stuff.
The story wasn't inspired by Kill Bill. The fights.
The fight, yeah. The
visuals.
look. Yeah. And
because this is like Evil Dead 2 meets Kill Bill
Yeah.
meets Ready or Not.
Meets
So,
every
yeah.
movie from the 70s that Quentin Tarantino stole from to make Kill Bill.
So I'm glad you said that, because to me, this felt Quentin Tarantino, when he made Kill Bill, clearly loves all those old exploitation movies and was, you could say, ripping them off or paying homage or whatever we want to call it when we just steal shit.
Yeah.
This felt like this guy didn't watch those 70s movies. He just watches Tarantino movies and is trying to do the same thing, is how I felt. Because like the first fight scene with Zazie Beetz, or however you say her name,
Zazie Beetz,
is very 70s exploitation, old kung fu style, and then that just goes out the window. Like we don't do that again. We're done with that. This is a weird one, man. There's really fun scenes and there's really bad acting, and freaking the message they're pushing is so like 3 years ago. It's annoying as shit. I don't know if they could have mentioned rich people are bad one more time. That would have really added to the movie. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. The woman beside me didn't make a sound. It ended. She didn't get up. She didn't look at me. She just stared at the screen. I was like, I don't know if she knows what she thinks either.
She might be dead.
So it's fine. It's fine. I liked it. Didn't love it.
All right. How about you, Jack? Jack, look out behind you.
I felt like I had a delicious dessert of cake and ice cream, and I was all full. And then somebody brought out a plate of fresh apple pie. We got this today from the farm stand. It's fresh. And I'm like, oh my God, I just ate. I just saw Ready or Not 2. I don't know if I need some time to digest. Okay, I'll eat it. I enjoyed it, but I think I would have enjoyed it better if I had waited a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
I enjoyed this movie, but it could have been better. And I kept having moments where I was like, oh, this is going like a step further than Ready or Not. I kept comparing it to Ready or Not. Every single thing was like, okay, this is more this than it's more over the top. It's more cartoony. It's more bloody, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like every time they were treading into Sam Raimi territory, and I was like, yeah, cool. It didn't quite have the edge of a Sam Raimi thing. Sam Raimi would have like a little bit more violence or a little bit funnier thing, like the eyeball, which in part of me is like, okay, they're not just totally ripping him off, but there's another part of me is like, I could use for it to be a little bit funnier here. Like they could have punched it up a little bit.
Were you concerned that they don't know what anatomy is, that an eyeball can hear? I kept going, how the
A
fuck
severed
is the
head
eyeball
can
hearing?
hear.
Ash's hand could, follow him around. So what are the rules when you're reconstituting yourself? I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, make them up as you go.
So I'm gonna say I enjoyed this movie overall, but there's plenty of stuff pro and con to talk about with it. But overall, pretty good flick.
All right. We've established I like exploitation movies. This is an exploitation movie with a little bit of spit and polish. The very beginning, when they do like that panning over the city and then into the hotel, I'm like, that's The Crow.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, I got Crow vibes, nips, hard as diamonds, because nothing beats The Crow. I love how Patricia Arquette has settled into this like evil matron role between this and Severance. I think this is what she's going to be typecast as from here on out, and having strange accents.
Her accent changed like every scene.
It was not good.
I was like, is that Irish? Is it British? Whatever.
The whole time I was like, what is happening to her voice?
It was definitely all over the place. But I love Patricia Arquette, so happy to see her in it. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. It was all over the place. Some of the acting, some of the dialogue made me cringe, but I sometimes love a hot mess. If you give me a hot mess that's also giving me gore and comedy, and I just felt like when they were thinking of this movie, they go, okay, what's the line of sensibility? And they would draw it on a piece of paper, and then they would just cross the line and just go, well, we're going to do this. It didn't need to make sense. It's just absurdity. It was an hour and a half of pure absurd madness. And believe it or not, I liked it better than Ready or Not 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it gave me more of what I wanted. I want nuts. Just go crazy.
I'm wrestling with how I feel because I think I like Ready or Not better.
I
but
definitely liked Ready or Not better.
The thing is, Ready or Not 2 suffers from there's not as much new in it. And whereas this was like, okay, it's a take on this, but it's way more over the top.
It's just crazy. We're going to do the things that no one else would rightfully do to put in a movie. So I appreciate that. And then, man, finding out that was Heather Graham at the end. Total shock.
So one of those rich people that she fights with at the beginning was in the Harry Potter movies. That's why he made the drinking word Draco.
Mm-hmm.
He was Draco Malfoy or whatever.
Gets his head cut off.
I would not have known that until after the movie, and I read it somewhere. I was like, oh, I didn't even recognize. I'm not a huge Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I recognized him right away. I was like, oh shit, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this going in, like literally nothing. So everything was a surprise to me. It was one of those movies where the whole time I kept thinking I should be liking this more than I am. And I couldn't figure out why. And I think it's what you said, Jack. I think because I just watched this movie like 6 days before this.
Right.
I just watched the same thing. This was crazier. It was less competent. But that's kind of my wheelhouse. It's like dumbass, violent movies. And the whole time I was just like, it's fine. It's fine.
Jeez. I also, who was saying pacing at the beginning of this show?
Jason said at the beginning.
Yeah,
Jason,
I don't know what I was talking about.
This movie starts off with a bang, and it ends with a bang, but there is a little bit of a middle.
Yeah, it's to give you a breather.
It is, but
I didn't mind that.
One of the other things that was bothering me is I just felt like it was over stylized to an annoying degree. Like the fight with the lit up axe, I really, by the end of that, did not like it.
I love that scene.
I like that.
At the beginning, I was super into it because I'm like, oh, they're going to like this whole scene with this axe as she hits people. I'm like, cool. And then by the end, she's flying on wires. I'm like, dude, I've seen this. Like, this is just, I do not like this at all.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's kind of like John Wick. You know,
I think they could have improved it with putting it to Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Yeah, that's what was missing.
Good call. Good call. And I also have this thing where I've been saying this to Aaron for over a year now. They don't use new music in movies anymore. They use old music, or they redo an old song for a movie. This movie actually had like 2 new songs, I'm guessing, because I haven't heard them. And I was like, oh, that's why they don't use new music, because it's god awful in this movie.
Now you know why.
But I thought she did a cool job. I thought the movie looked good. Like it looked more expensive than it is at times.
Yeah.
And it's like a cocaine movie. It's really crazy.
That's why I loved it.
Okay, so we'll talk about it in spoilers. There's a scene at the end that I'm like, I should like this more than I do, and I know why I didn't like it as much. So I'll have to save that.
I'll tell you this, my biggest regret, I went to see it last night. There were 7 of us in the theater. 2 grown adult men left 20 minutes in, grumbling. I don't understand. But I think if you watch this movie with a packed audience who appreciates this kind of stuff, it would be amazing. But there was crickets. I'm the only one laughing at stuff. Nobody else is making a sound. So I missed that kind of like communal feeling. I think it would have helped with this movie.
Did they advertise this? I mean, we go to the movies constantly. I never saw a poster. I never saw a trailer.
I saw trailers for this all the time.
Oh, I never saw anything. Huh.
This and Is God Is.
And this movie apparently did terrible at the box office, which again, Project Hail Mary coming right off the heels of Ready or Not. Well, what do they think?
They don't think.
Warner Brothers did it too. This isn't a small company. You think one person there would be like, "Hey guys, can we give it like 6 months?"
Yeah.
Or you had January and February Wasteland.
I don't know. I don't know.
$20 million budget, $9 million box office. Yeah, this is going to lose some cash.
Yeah, because I don't think word of mouth is going to help this.
I think it's going to be one of those movies people dig or they don't dig. It's going to be.
Oh, totally.
But also, if people have to plan their, what am I going to go see? I'm a movie lover. If I wasn't doing a podcast, I would totally wait for, streaming for something like this.
I would have gone to the movies because I love that trailer. It didn't disappoint for me.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those movies where I spend the whole time talking about shit I didn't like.
Well, you say that you went and saw it, but I saw Project Hail Mary. So I went and saw Ready or Not 2. Then I saw this as a sneak preview. And then I saw Project Hail Mary. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm at the movie theater 15 million times. So if I'm choosing, I would have chose Hail Mary over this.
Sure.
If this came out in a weekend where that wasn't out, okay, now I'll go see it. But there's a lot of traffic.
All right. Do we want to get to spoilers?
Sure.
The bell is out.
Yeah, no, I would definitely tell people to watch this. I had a great time with it. It's somewhere in the middle. Like I was hoping that this was going to be like a slam dunk top of the best of list. And I am knocking a movie that I liked a lot.
As we usually do.
Yeah. So we say, well, it's probably going to be on my top list of the year. To me, it's a really good movie, but I can see it being more like middle of the pack.
It's one of those movies where I feel like if they just changed some things, this is like an all-time awesome.
Yeah.
Like you tell everybody, oh, you got to see this. It's crazy as hell. Which is what I was thinking after that first fight scene. I was like, what is this? Like I had no clue what I was walking into.
It's a weird movie to come in with like no warning.
Dude.
And maybe it's Ready or Not set the bar so high that everything coming in its wake is like, well, its sequel didn't match up to it, and this didn't match up. They're both great. I liked them, but Ready or Not was just a slam dunk.
Yeah.
I think Ready or Not 2 is a better made movie, but I just enjoyed the cocaine-fueled madness of this.
They're sitting like right next to each other. I could tell you what I'm going to watch. If they're both on HBO at the same day, it's going to be what mood am I in to which one I'm going to watch first.
It also made me want to go to prison so I can learn how to fight.
Oh my God. Dumbest explanation. Where'd you learn how to sword fight? In prison.
In prison?
What?
What did you have? Like a sawed-off toothbrush? Like
women's prison where all the highly trained criminals go.
By the way, I love the fights at the beginning. Though, when Heather Graham first takes everybody, Zazie Beetz takes on Heather Graham and the others. The guy sneaks into the room, and then she's like blown away. Before you realize that they're going to reconstitute, and then you do, like that whole thing was awesome. Because that was like the novelty. It was new. And they're like, oh man, she's fighting a bunch of Wolverines.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Go ahead, keep talking. I'll think of it. It disappeared on me.
All right. Here's an example of why I feel like this movie didn't reach the stratosphere I wanted it to. At the end with the pig head. What a freaking cool idea. This movie cost $20 million. Why is that not animatronic? This is an exploitation movie, and you're using a CG pig head.
True.
And then the woman puts it up, Patricia Arquette puts it on, and it's a CG pig head sword fight. I'm like, this is killing what could be an all-time insane scene.
By the way,
Rawhead Rex looked better than this.
Yes.
Yeah. You were giving us Motel Hell. Motel Hell did it for $4, and it's iconic.
Gromorian guards in Return of the Jedi.
And you CGI'd it to death.
You can't use this exploitation style and all this practical gore effects this whole movie, and then for the finale, it's all CG. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Is I enjoyed that fight and the ending, but I kept saying to myself, if this was practical aided by CG rather than CG aided
Yep.
by practical, it
Mhm.
would have been better.
Yep.
But it's still fun.
Yep. And I think it also hurt me, just like seeing Ready or Not 2 last week. We just saw Primate a couple months ago that was all practical and looked insane. So,
Yes.
and cost like somewhere in the same neighborhood as this, I think. Come on. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
but they didn't have to pay Zazie Beetz in Primate, whatever her rate is.
Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, I thought, well, so Satan is behind the glass, and then his shadow goes into the pig head, and I'm like, when Satan starts seeing shit go down, maybe step through the glass and assert your satanicness. No, let the pig fight it out. I guess his whole thing was let's just see how let the chips fall where they may.
The other thing you have in
Mayhem.
common with Ready or Not 2 is there comes a point where you sort of let the rules don't sweat the rules so much.
Yeah, don't pick at that thread. By the way, again, another satanic movie where good does not conquer evil. The stupidity of evil conquers evil.
Right.
That's it.
Ready or Not 2 was smart enough, though, to be like, we're getting way too deep into these rules and they're not making sense. So they point it out and they just say, oh, well, you know.
Right.
This, they did not do that. They really were not worried about the story here.
The best
At
to
all.
ever handle that was, I think it's Austin Powers 2, where they're explaining time travel stuff or whatever. And then Austin Powers just looks at the screen and goes, just roll with it, everybody.
Yeah.
I like the gore in this movie. It's
Great gore.
Great
off
gore.
the charts.
Great gore. And I think she might have the best hair of anyone in a movie since the 70s. Just top shelf hair in this film.
And I thought Heather Graham played a great psycho.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, when you realize that they can't be killed, that upped the stakes. And once you start seeing how many people are in the hotel, oh, that's what I meant to say. 2 weeks in a row, we got itty bitty ladies getting the shit kicked out of them so bad that Chuck Norris would say, "Please get my mother and stop hitting me."
It was very funny when she got stabbed by
amazing.
the kid with the screwdriver at the beginning.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like punches him out. At the same time, if you just got stabbed with the screwdriver and it just broke your skin, you'd be walking around like the rest of the night. This
And
like
you've got-
punctured her.
Got a split finger. At one point, you have looks like a fucking Arabian scimitar stuck in your gut. Oh my!
But at
She
least
shrugs it
eventually
all off.
they had supernatural healing on her. So
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
2 movies in a row where the female characters just eat it, man. They don't care.
110-pound women taking the worst beatings from any guys, and just spitting a little bit of blood and still looking sexy.
sometimes I just go to the grocery store and I'm walking and I'm like, why does my ankle hurt?
Dude, you ever wake up and you're just like, I can't even get out of bed until I get 4 Advil and sit here for an hour. What happened to me last night?
I need Advil, but I'm in too much pain to reach the Advil.
You'll get there, Jason. Before you know
Never. Gonna be on steroids.
it. Or dead. Those
Or
are your
dead, yeah.
options. So yeah, I just think it's funny that we're getting. Is this the year of Satan? Satan?
Apparently. And I love movies with all this satanic stuff. I don't feel like we get enough of them. They're fun. We could spread them out a little bit when they're the same movie.
Well, it's definitely the ladies' year in horror. You've got Rachel in Send Help.
Mm-hmm.
You got the sisters in this. You got
It's
sisters
always
in the other
ladies
one.
in horror.
Yeah.
But
they're having a good run.
Good to see that every guy this year is an absolute retard. An absolute retard.
Oh, God.
Even Ray
Amazing.
Fiennes in 28 Days Later is an effing retard.
I'm glad that I enjoyed the movie and I came out like, again, I'm like nitpicking a movie that I enjoyed. But I think part of it is because I knew I was coming into a show like this. where I was going to have
Right.
to talk about it. I had to think about it more than, again, if I wasn't doing a horror podcast, I would have just seen it and been like, "Oh, that was fun," and move on. But now I'd be like, "Well, which one did I like better?"
Right.
Oh, this is so weighted.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew the same thing coming in. I was like, I'm going to bitch about this movie like I didn't like it. And I did. I just didn't love it.
And I came out of this going, I'm going to blow their minds, saying I like this better than Ready or Not 2.
You know, I kept thinking it was like TNT Jackson. Have you guys ever seen that from the 70s?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Super low budget exploitation. The girl doesn't know martial arts. It's ridiculous. It's fun.
Right.
And then like I'm watching this and it's like the fight scenes are done so much better, but it's so over stylized. It's starting to annoy the shit out of me. And it's like, this is not what TNT Jackson in these movies looked like, you know? So it was like, I just couldn't quite get in the headspace for whatever reason. But also there were two people in the theater, me and one other woman, and that was it.
I'm telling you, this was made for communal watching.
Yeah.
It's made to feed off the vibe of everybody. And again, you had 2. I ended up with 4 others. Jack, I don't know if you had anybody in your theater.
Probably had about 10 people.
Woo! That's a lot.
Damn.
I got the vapors.
It's the those Scream Unscenes get a pretty good little crowd, so there could have been like 15. I don't know, for a Monday afternoon, or 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock Monday night.
Jack, in the 80s, do you ever remember going to a movie that had less than 100 people in the theater? Ever?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There was movies were always half full at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, so many times I go.
Maybe if you went to a matinee, it'd be small, but you never like had the whole place to yourself. And now I'm like, what's happened to my life? I go to the movies by myself and have the whole theater to myself because I'm going at like noon on a Saturday to see some psycho killer movie for my podcast. And this is the best time. And I'm like,
yeah,
what happened?
Yeah. Oh, one last thing before we get out of here, I just thought of.
Yeah.
The story is so inconsequential in this that I love the way they trick Satan himself into letting them both live by just adding a letter to the front of her sister's name and writing over another letter and being like, oh, see, it was actually you. It wasn't me.
And she's holding that pulsating strip of flesh. I'm like, oh, God, I'd get that out of my hand so fast.
I know.
And of everything she faced, that would gross me out the most.
Also CG. Why?
Yeah. But by the way, this is the first time I could watch eye stuff in a horror movie and it didn't bother me. I was like, oh, that's cool.
There's a lot of eye stuff.
Yeah. It's when it's still in the socket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this didn't bother me at all. I was like, it's just kind of cool.
I love my wife. Oh, she will be like, do I have something in my eye? And I always say to her, I don't know. I'll never know. She's like, just look. I'm like, can't. Find a neighbor, find a friend. It's not going to be me. By the way, did you guys see the trailer for the Mummy movie? Blumhouse's Mummy?
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
No.
I was surprised. I'm actually kind of intrigued. It's not what you think it would be.
Is that Lee Cronin's The Mummy?
Yes.
That is correct. Much different than Hume Cronin's Mummy.
That is coming out
April 17th.
Yeah, it's close. I think we're getting a break in the theaters this week.
Are we? Okay.
I don't think anything's coming out.
Yeah, I don't have anything on the list. Next week, Faces of Death, Thrash, The Mummy is the following week. So the 10th is Faces of Death and the Shark movie that's on Netflix.
Cool.
And then
Jack, you got to ring the bell. Josh Barrio, he's coming in under the wire. Does anybody remember Discount Cinema's $3 to watch an old film? Oh, yeah. They had a place. Where was it? Around Fishkill. And it was like $2-3 to see old movies. It was great.
There's a place by me now. It got bought by AMC, but it's still like a discount theater. So I think the tickets are still under $10, but I've literally never been there. I've lived here 20 years and I've never been in there for some reason.
By the way, I saw this movie at my local theater, my multiplex, for $8.
Damn, really?
I am in the movie sweet spot.
You're the exact opposite of where I live.
Yeah. How much is it by you now? 17?
Oh, it could be $20 depending on the movie you see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I get the pass, so I just
Yeah.
pay by the month.
The most
saw
I'll pay is 10.
The matinee was 12 or 13. And then, if you order your ticket ahead of time, which I usually do, it's another $1.50 or whatever. So
I saw Project Hail Mary in IMAX, and actually I could have gone to another theater that wasn't IMAX that was around the same time. And I actually chose to go to the packed theater instead of the empty one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was glad I did, because getting the crowd reaction for that. But
Yeah.
that IMAX was probably $24 or something like that.
That should
But
come
again,
with
I
candy.
have this season, but I have the monthly pass. So if you see like 2 movies a month, it pays for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
another callback to the 70s. Movies were not these highfalutin bullshit. It was like $1 a ticket,
Oh, man.
It was for the masses.
The 80s, it was $2 at the theater by me for a double feature of first run movies.
The markup on the concessions is the sickest thing, though. I mean, like a bottle of water and a popcorn is like 20 something bucks now. It's
See?
like
By me,
$10
when I saw
for a
this movie,
Coke.
and I saw this movie, the ticket for the movie, the popcorn, and the water all cost me $18.
That's you're in a crazy place, dude. I don't know.
I love it here. All right, so we don't know what next week's movie will be. We'll have to take a look at the old streaming and find something. I'm thinking LA Age Jabber 2. Does it exist? I don't know. But we'll figure it out. And as always, we put it on the social. So thank you all very much for seeing what seems like a repeat of last week, but was not. Trust me. If you're like me, you're going to like this movie better. So until next time, you all have a good week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Game over,